Hey guys, and welcome back to 999. This is Meg with Moonlit Games. So we just escaped the bathroom from hell, and I'm still a little upset about the logic of getting out of that room, but whatever. Well, let's continue. How could you do this to us?
Knock it off. We got bigger shit to worry about right now.
What?
Go have a look. I stuck the screwdriver in the door. That door over there, the one without a number. As long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there. There's a shower room past there. Stuck a broom at the door there, too. Anyway, go take a look.
Then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door?
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
Wait, what the hell is in there?
You'll know when you see it.
Fine, let's go.
My goodness. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though. Should I go as well?
Yeah.
Very well.
Waiting for a scream. No.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the ninth man was. It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it. Alone. And waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door, and then 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah. That means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah, that means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Well, more than one of you.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes. That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
Good question. If Zero killed Snake, then Zero is on the ship with us.
Was Zero still on the ship with them? So I think last time, I don't know if it was through this playthrough or when I played it in the past, Junpei wasn't sure. Is Zero on the ship with them? I would say yes. They would be.
But I don't... Where could Zero be hiding?
Among them, probably.
I think Zero is one of us.
I agree with you, Clover. You and I. You're my sweet bean. Was he one of them? Well, that's possible.
Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
What are you saying, Jumpy? Didn't you hear what Ace said?
Exactly. I said we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason.
Yeah, well, Ace can go fuck himself.
No reason. I've got a great reason.
And what's that?
The bracelets. Why are the bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right?
But then he would have control over the
He's
bracelets.
doing that. Then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone
Yes.
did something they weren't supposed to. It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet?
You got a point.
I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the nonary game. All of the puzzles here run all by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why's that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely.
Exactly. That's why the reds and the deads and the bracelets are also
That's why all the
important.
puzzles run by themselves.
Yes,
That's what you're getting at, right?
correct.
Yeah. Seven, when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, you would really only need people who could make the root number of 3.
Alright, well, I've got a question for you, Ace. You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake.
Then 0 must be one of us.
I can't.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence, Zero is one of us. Seven and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other pretty well. At least they do if Zero is one of us.
What were his motives?
His motives?
Yes, isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Oh, well, that's because,
We don't know.
I don't know.
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
I mean, I would say it's probably more on the side that 0 would want to be able to have the option to guide all of the people if they needed to. Oh my god. Sorry for all those background noises. Oh my god. I'm just gonna continue
You
this.
only had circumstantial evidence.
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know?
Ah.
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move now. Seven, Clover, Junpei, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another. Don't
You're right, but
we must go. We have very little time left.
our next destination is Mercury. Here we go.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah, I found it in the shower room.
What I was going to say is, before I was interrupted by the people upstairs, is 0 would probably be a part of them, be one of them, so that they can control, if someone happens to say, 0 can't possibly be one of us, they would more likely then agree 0 can't be a part of one of us, just to take the blame off of themselves. Or he could guide conversations to how he or she wants them to go.
Oh, I see. It's got the Mercury symbol.
Now we can go.
Looks like there's only 2 floor buttons working.
To put it simply, he or she could manipulate the game however they wanted to, and manipulate the people
Time to head down then.
around them.
This is a numbered door.
Thank you, June,
Yeah, it's door 2.
for that astute notice.
So who should go through the door this time?
We don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
Right. It's set up so we'll be able to meet up again once we get through the numbered doors.
Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
We should figure out who's going in first.
So let's take a second and look at the flowchart. Where are we? Okay, so we are here. So we can continue straight through here, and it should be a nice, quick route, a straightforward route. So let's just continue with this for now.
Very well. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I'll do it.
I'll go too.
And I suppose I need to go too then.
All right, we're taking off.
Okay, please be careful.
Will do.
Jesus. You two are acting like you're married, you know that?
Oh,
Don't be silly.
Cute. So cute.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Where the hell is it this time?
I don't see it!
Oh, there it is! It's right there!
Oh, I remember these rooms. These rooms are a pain.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm
Oh,
not sure
I
it's
can-
something I'd want to get used to.
I can remember getting so angry.
Before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
And we're gonna hear Junpei say that about 7 more times. So
All right.
it's not as funny as the first few.
But it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
And then the exit.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that.
Let's get started.
Okay, let's go.
I think we'd probably better split up.
Excuse me, sleepy, sleepy.
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
I'll try the one next to it.
And I get the third one.
I guess I'd better get started too.
Flashing lights in 3, 2. Seek a way out. Oh, stretch, stretch, stretch. Okay, we're ready to go. Okay. Confinement room, front hallway. Ooh, that sounds spooky. Why would they need confinement rooms on a ship? What the hell's this supposed to be? Like a drawing of a whirlpool or something? Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it's trying to look like water. There's a little tile in the drain. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to pull it out of there. Might have to use our heads on this one. Alright, let's figure this thing out. Oh my god. Ah. It looks like the water doesn't work. Doesn't matter how much 7 turns that thing, no water's coming out. Has the water been shut off somewhere else? Okay. Hey, this handle's pretty loose. Loose? You think it'll come off when you pull it? It does. It fell off. Huh. Look at that. The handle doesn't really fit on the string. Maybe it wasn't meant to be attached to it. Okay. I don't think I'm going to need this tube. So I can remember missing this part right here and spending like hours back and forth room to room trying to figure this out. I need to take this. It's a screwdriver. Ugh. People are so loud. I swear. Hold on, guys. Okay. This rod feels loose. Maybe if I give it a couple of turns. Here we go. Screwdriver shaft. Okay, maybe that connects with the handle. So if I just stick this metal rod into the handle... Screwdriver. Okay, very good. There's a dirty blanket on the bed. Okay. This chair's pretty old. If 7 sat on it, it would probably break. You say something? Nothing at all. This thing's real simple, if it's really a desk. Well, of course it's going to be simple. I mean, it's probably like that so we don't try and use it as part of the puzzle, right? You probably use the desk to write letters to your family or something, but this is about... I'll bet the only thing they used this for was eating off of. Huh? It's not opening. There's something up with this drawer. I don't trust it. Unscrew. Screw, screw, screw. Now we can open the drawer. Okay. There's nothing here. Well, maybe the drawer's what we need. The drawer, huh? Alright, let's yank the thing out. Okay, so there's some nubbins right here, and then the handle right there. Okay. Okay, so the other one was a whirlpool. This one looks like a river. Somebody made some wavy blue lines on this mirror with blue paint. Is that a drawing of a blue scarf? No, maybe not. This drain is kind of weird shape. Do you think they made that shape for a reason or just for fun? There's a knob on this faucet. There's no knob on this faucet. There's no way we can get water out of it like this. If you could find a knob or something that'll work as one, then we should be able to get water out of this thing. Okay. This paper seems to be pretty old. Ew, how the hell can you touch that? It's horrible. Well, it's not like I've really got a choice, do I? Not like I want to. Okay, so we have a moon. A moon. What a filthy, disgusting moon. Yeah, it's pretty filthy, but it's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? Okay. It's just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, then it must be a toilet that flushes. Okay. I didn't check the bed. We have a towel. That bed looks cold. Pretty sure you'd freeze to death in the winter. No kidding. If I tried to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. Well, it's not like you're that young. Oh, now that's mean. I hate that they do that. Because Lotus is not that old. No. It's not like you're that young anymore. You shouldn't really matter. My, Junpei, aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you have a chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry. You're right. Dry skin is a woman's worst enemy. Okay, let's check on this desk. There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah, something's not right though. That handle on the drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It just looks messy. Why don't you take it? I will take it. Combine with the screwdriver. Because it looks like the handle for the sink. If I use the screwdriver on the screw in the center of the handle, maybe I can... Very good. Let's go. Wiki. Sweet, the handle I got off the drawer fits to the faucet perfectly. Now I can turn the water on. Junpei, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm running the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. This faucet didn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Any time now. Hey, water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? Whoops, let's turn it off for now. So, did anything change? The water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Junpei, I'm leaving this one up to you, alright? This thing's totally filled with water. Okay, so let's go check on... Oops. Let's go check on Seven's room. Haha. So we got this tile. Alright, looks like 14? 1, 4?
What the? Hey, what's going on? Are you okay, man? You're sweating like crazy. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all.
That's definitely more than just a little dizzy. Are you sure? You don't look so good.
What am I doing here?
Huh? What are you talking about?
His amnesia.
We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
So next time we're going to find out what Seven remembers and probably learn a little bit more of who he was before he got onto this boat. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment, and we will keep moving forward and making progress in this game. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye.